Hello, this is Tom Knox, the CEO and founder of CareFamily.com, and I want to welcome you to this video about how to take care of someone who has Alzheimer's. You know, caring for someone who has Alzheimer's can be much different than caring for a senior who does not have Alzheimer's. The first is, you got to remember that this is more than just physical care. It often involves other areas, such as redirecting. People who have Alzheimer's often want to go out of the house. They want to leave and go outside. It may be the middle of the night and they want to go to the kitchen and make a meal. So often as a caregiver, you have to redirect them in an appropriate and safe way to get them back on track on where they need to be. Secondly, never be surprised by anybody who has Alzheimer's. A lot of times people will come at you in a way that is a big surprise to you. They may be dressed and ready to go outside. They may want to eat at times when they've just eaten. So you have to be very aware and make sure that you're paying attention to all of their needs. And next is not to be offended by them. Sometimes people with Alzheimer's are much different than they were before they got dementia. And they can be rude. They can be belligerent. They can be much different than their normal nature. And it takes a thick skin at times to be a caregiver, and you got to make sure you're not offended with anything that happens. You know, I want to give you a couple tips as you're taking care of people with Alzheimer's. You know, the first thing is you really have to remember that this person isn't going to improve. And if you're a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's, I know you want to make them better. And especially if you've been with someone for a long time, you want to see improvement. But once someone is diagnosed with dementia or Alzheimer's, you know that there's going to be a steady decline in their cognitive ability, their memory, their ability to reason. And so it's really important that you're planning on that and you're making sure you're safeguarding both emotionally and physically for that senior to make sure you understand things are not going to get better. Secondly, you cannot reason with someone with Alzheimer's, and you shouldn't really try to debate them or argue the facts. They are going to think the way they think at times, and it's more important to redirect them and keep them safe and talk them into going in a different direction than to take them on and argue specifically on why they shouldn't be making breakfast at 3 in the morning or why they shouldn't be going outside on their own in the middle of the night, but more to say, look, we'll go out tomorrow and move in that direction. And the last thing is, at times, you have to climb into the person with Alzheimer's, into their existence, and not necessarily challenge every factor of it. You know, I've seen people who may be 80 or 90 years old who are saying, you know what, I need to go see my mother. She's waiting for me. And you don't have to necessarily convince her that her mother died 30 years ago, but you may want to just say things like, you know what, now's not the time to go see mom. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, why don't we sit up and we'll plan our day and make sure we do everything you want to do. And if you do those kind of things, I think you'll help that person in their existence. And as a caregiver, it will help your own emotional stress as you try to work side by that senior. You know, if you're a caregiver taking care of someone with Alzheimer's, it's really important that you take advantage of as many resources as possible. You know, I'd highly suggest that you go to the website of our friends at the Alzheimer's Association. There you can find additional training, a lot of resources, and even local support groups that you can join that will help you understand a little bit more about the disease and what you may be facing personally with your own patients or family members. In addition, if you go to info.carefamily.com, we have a great webinar that we've recently done with the Alzheimer's Association that will really explain to you a lot of resources available and give you more information on Alzheimer's disease.